Shalom, bruchim habaim. Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to talk about to borrow and to lend. And if English is not your native tongue, mine either, I just want to explain one thing before. So to borrow is when it comes to you. You are borrowing something from somebody, and to lend is when you give it to somebody. Why am I saying this here? Because there are languages where this is not a concept, and people do understand and speak very well English, but this concept for this video, you have to have really clear before we start. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and now we will see how this plays out in Hebrew. Okay, good. Now that we have explained this, when I borrow something, it comes to me. When I lend something, I give it to you. Now we can start with Hebrew. So, one time I get, and then it is in Hebrew, lilvot. And the root is lamed vav hey. There is also lelavot in PL, but this is not what we are talking here today. We are talking about lilvot, paal. Now, I give in the sense of I lend, that is lehalvot. And now we are with the same root in hifil. What is hifil? Well, hifil is from, I don't want to say for most verbs, but the character of most verbs which are in hifil is make somebody do something. So here it is actually when I lend something to you, I make you borrow it from me. This is the linguistic idea, okay? And this explains hopefully to you why we are in the same root, but we are changing from one binyan to the other because Hebrew binyanim that and the consecutive conjugation patterns are all about relation between the people. So, having said that, let's have a closer look at lilvot and lehalvot. So, can I borrow 50 shekels from you? I want to get it. And the other one says, yes, sure, I can lend you, I can give you up to 200. So in the first sentence, we use lilvot. Efshar lilvot. Efshar is a great placeholder for everything that asks, can I, is it possible? Efshar. Efshar lilvot mimcha 50 shkalim. So lilvot, to borrow. Now, I can lend you up to 200 is ani yachol, as a man, ani yachol lehalvot lecha ad 200. So you see here, lehalvot, to lend. Okay, so this distinction between borrow and lend, lilvot and lehalvot, is, let's say, grammatically correct. This is nearly formal, I would say, because in the daily life, people don't make that distinction all the time. Most of the time, people say lilvot for both of the situations, unless it is a formal setting. A bank would never say that. A bank would never use lilvot when they lend you the money. They would always correctly say lehalvot to make it crystal clear where the money is flowing. And also, if you want to make it really clear in everyday life, you would rather use lehalvot. But in everyday life, you might hear when somebody asks, אפשר ללוות, so much money, And the other one then says, sure, I can lend you, but they use lilvot. Ani yachol lilvot. So much money. And how do we get it? How do we know what is the direction? Well, from the preposition. Lilvot me, from, or lilvot le, to. So there's actually no misunderstanding. Summary. Grammatically correct is the distinction, and in formal settings, absolutely. But in everyday life, not really. And it is always lilvot, especially in spoken Hebrew. Well, let's say nearly always. Ha, you guessed it, right? There's always something with Hebrew. When you think you got it, it goes like, but hey, I still have something. Yes, that's the same here. Why nearly always and not always? Because lilvot and lehalvot is only for borrowing and lending money. It is not for objects. It is not for borrowing or lending the car, the bike, you name it. So what do we put for to borrow and to lend when it comes to objects? Here come the other two verbs, the other pair, let's say. Because here we have lish'ol and we have lehash'il. And when you look now at those two pairs, let's say, then you see that on the left side where we say to borrow, we are in paal. And on the right side, we are in hifil. So these pairs always consist of paal hifil, whether it is for money or it is for objects. Not the same, but always the combination of paal and hifil with the same root. So let's have an example here. Can I borrow one of your cars? You're asking, there's a family, they have two cars and you need to borrow just one of them. אפשר לשאול אחד מהרכבים שלכם. לשאול, yes, it means to ask. So to ask and to borrow, depending on the context, is the same. Can I ask you for your car or for one of your cars? And then the other one says, yes, we can lend you the Toyota. כן, אנחנו יכולים להשאיל לך את הטויוטה. לשאול, להשאיל. Same root, once paal, once hifil. Now, upgrade. Among friends, and when it is understood that this is temporary, that you are not coming to pick up a car and never give it back, then we use take. Then we say, can I take one of your cars? אפשר לקחת אחד מהרכבים שלכם? And the other one says, yeah, we can give you the Toyota. כן, אנחנו יכולים לתת לך את הטויוטה. So, when it is crystal clear that it's temporary and basically that is already pre-negotiated and understood, you can downgrade from give and take. Literally, we say life is a give and take. Well, here you have it, give and take. But this is, it's not hyper colloquial, but it is rather spoken. So when you have a formal setting and you have it in writing, you come back to lish'ol and lehash'il. So, cuties, this was the explanation about those verbs. In the next video, we are gonna come back to lilvot and lehalvot, because there we will then see, damn, what is this with so many vavs and tough at the end and so to take you then out of the let's say out of the conjugation confusion. But this video today, I just wanted to put you into the right place, and I didn't want to mix it with conjugation explanations. And next week, Sunday, we talk about the nitty-gritty of strange double verb pronunciation and ot at the end, and yeah, all the rest. And hey, if you're interested in more resources, feel free to look at my website. There are books, there are courses, and thank you so much for your time. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will be very happy to see you in the next video. Neshikot, shalom.